What is up, guys? I'm doing a walkthrough now of a game totally different than the type of games I usually play. Um, this game was one of the best graphics of its time, and I'd say the gameplay of this game is about as good as your average MMO. Not as good as like Fallout 3 or Revenant or some of the really fun gameplay games, but about the same as a MMO. MMOs are not really known for having great gameplay. So, I actually have this game. It's very hard to find. I think you can purchase it, and I think you can also find it online. It's very hard to find though. So let me start her up. So the first thing is you might notice that I'm having to use DOSBox because it is a slightly older game. If you ever have anything you want to play that you used to be able to play and you can't play anymore, use DOSBox. I'm moving it to the side so you can kind of see it better. I already have it mounting C Games RPG MW. If you know what the game is already from just the MW, I'll be surprised. I'm not going to title this one based on the game this time. I might do it after a while to see if people can guess already. Can you guys guess? Okay, so let's start this up. You should be able to recognize it pretty quick. Moraffware game. Nope, the game is not Moraffware. So if that's what your guess was, you're wrong. All right, so here's the game. The cycles are kind of slow at this point. I'm going to increase the speed. I wish there was other games you could just increase the speed by doing this, but I'll move this down for a second. You see how it says 3,000 frame skip up there at the top? Well, you can speed that up, and I need to do this for a while. Okay, there we go. Let me move this screen so we can see it all again. 200,000 frames. That's right. Oh, yeah. A little better than 3,000. What do you think? A little bit better? Okay. So let's do this. Okay, create a new character. Yeah, pressing the key to continue. Okay, I like picking the elf because they have a long life. I think that if you pick an elf, you'll have a longer amount of time before your constitution starts going down because of old age. So I'm going to pick with that one. There's also spells that reduces your age called youth, but last I checked, there was no way to find out what your age was. So you just keep on casting youth every once in a while when you think you might be getting older, or you just try to keep track of if you lose any stats because it's permanent stat loss. So as soon as you lose a stat, you should cast youth like 3 times or something. Okay, so here we are. This might take a little while, but let's see. I basically want low weight, low age, and female. I don't know why I want it to be female, but whatever. So the age we want under 50 for sure, and the weight under about 77. There we go. That's a pretty good one. So, 47 years and 73 pounds and female. Okay, so that's pretty good. You want low weight because the heavier you are, the less you can end up carrying based on how much you're able to carry, your capacity. There's a spell that makes that basically unimportant, and same thing with the age. But those are just the two things that you have to deal with in the beginning of the game. And then you can press D to design your own character, which makes it so you can change your stats there. This part isn't so important, but let's just kind of put some of these things up. Strength is kind of important in the beginning of the game, but so are these things. Constitution, let's go 15. And 2 more agility? Nah. More wisdom and intellect. Because spellcaster characters are very good. There's not much sound in this game, but oh well. I always like the mage. The other classes are doable as well, but the only thing is, it ends up taking a long time with those games, and you end up having to work on not aging as best as you can. But with a mage, you go through pretty quick. Go through the game pretty quick, that is. And so that's what I get as my stats. Okay, so And here we are. This is the game. Um, the yellow. Okay, so the little flashing square. Right? Can I move? Yeah, here's my cursor. The little flashing thing right there is where I am. The yellow dots are temples. The slashes in that direction are down. Of course, the slashes in the other direction are up. The red ones are inns. The blue ones are shops. Is that what they are? Store, yeah. Okay, exit store. We don't care. There's no, I mean, there's a little bit of time in this game, but moving around is usually not, I mean, we're not really much of it. Oh, sorry. The dark red one is a bank. Yeah, 5 leaving. The light red one, right here, is the inn. That's one of the more important things to find. You can see the little 4-door thing right here. You can go into the center of that, or you can go through any door, essentially. Trapdoors are very important. Trapdoors make it so you can travel down rapidly, which is kind of important in the game. I don't know if I've already shown you this, but the orange ones are wilderness, which means that you go up. Yeah, I don't think it does it right away, so it asks you. Yeah, you don't actually want to go into the wilderness. There's really no reason to ever do it. All it does is change the coloration of the dungeon and resets all the dungeons. So if there's some place where you're stuck, like let's say you have to kill the shadow serpent or whatever, and the random map puts him in a 1x1 space room and you can't get in there and kill him, then you would want to enter the wilderness and go to the other dungeon. So return to the dungeon. And it's pretty permanent if you leave. So here's more doors. You would go through this door and you come into this room. And there's also secret passages. Just trying to give you like a general feel of the game before I actually start really doing stuff. Oh yeah, you can look at a larger map of the place right here. This shows all sorts of stuff. Let's actually start doing some dungeon crawling. It's been I mean, I've played this game a million times, but I already sort of forget what I was doing. Okay, down. So this is, we don't know what level it is. Right there on the left side is our very first creature, and this is actually a helpful creature, if I remember right. This is the light red puffball, and when they're light colored, I think there's an exception. Don't remember which one, but when they're light colored, they help you. So your goal is to not kill these guys and let them, like, run into you and increase one of your stats permanently. So space to wait, intelligence raised by puffball, and you killed it. Good news. What? Found a level 1 scroll for level 1 preparation spell. Little cure. Awesome. Scrolls are wonderful. Okay, so that was a great start. We already got 1 plus int. This game is awesome. And yes, I stand by the statement that I said that this gameplay is just about as good as a normal MMO. One of the main risks in this game when you get down to the first dungeon level is trapdoors that can make you fall anywhere from, well, can make you fall several levels. Usually only one, but if there's no room right underneath you, it'll keep dropping you floors until you finally find a room. One of the very useful things to do in these dungeons is to go down ladders and then right back up them. It will, every time you change levels, it will show you all the chutes that were on the level you were on, and also the fact that now we have this little spot on our map, like we can look at or expand our map. Now we have this spot on our map, we kind of have a general idea of how deep we are if we ever fall in trap. Alright, so close this. Okay, go back up. Oh, yeah, actually, let's check this. Up. Aha! See, what we were at was level 2. Now we're at level 1. This is kind of a dead end. I kind of remember this one. Ooh, dwarf. Wait. Also, the level of the creature is almost always perfectly comparable to the level of the dungeon. So we're actually fighting instead of letting him attack us. We both miss. And we both miss. He hit me for 1 point of damage, which is fine. I have a decent amount of health compared to these guys. Killed it. Yeah. Good news. What? Spellbook. Level 1 permanent spells take a long time to cast, and they permanently reduce your spell points. But they've got some advantages to them, but it's not usually a good idea to actually cast it as a spell. You'll find like a wand or a scroll to do it, so you don't have to spend your mana permanently. Right, scroll to level 3. That's one of the most worthless spells ever, but it's still interesting.